And that's where people say you go to school and the school goes through you. How do they? There's a way that thing is expressed. Going through the four walls. Even though I don't agree that schools have four walls. But you pass through the school and you let the school pass through you. That means that you have experiences that help you as a person. It's not just about jacking, as we call it. You go read. You graduate with a first class or you're first in class, and then you have no friends. School is actually more relevant for the social factor. A huge part of the network that people have are friends they made from school. So you have a lot of people that went to school who did not do well academically, but the friends they've made in school are friends for life. So besides the 1 + 1, 2, acid, bases, and salt, what is a noun? There's also my friends from school, my school experiences, and the things that I choose to remember. And so today, we're talking about one of such experiences that may not be connected to academics. We're talking about your teacher's nickname. Do you remember your secondary school days, or basically your school days? If you schooled in Port Harcourt, in River State, or anywhere around, let's talk. Let's have this conversation. Do you remember the nickname of your teacher? And sometimes these nicknames are given by the students. It's usually connected to something. Now I have a story to tell. My mother was a teacher. She's been a teacher for a bit. She's been connected to the education sector. I've always had parents who were working all the time. I don't remember any time where any of my parents were unemployed, disengaged. They were always involved in something. So there's the school phase, there's the business phase. They're at different times. They just wake up and they leave. Which is why I desperately, I personally decided I'm not going to marry a housewife, because I did not grow up in a housewife setting. I saw that a mommy work and I appreciated it. Anyways, back to the focus. So my mom was a teacher for a couple of years. Now, in one of the schools where she taught, at that time in her career, it was a boarding school. It was a secondary school. She was the senior boarding house mistress. And she used to teach home economics for the junior secondary and food and nutrition for senior secondary. Now, I went to visit her. It's one of those schools where the teachers get accommodation on campus or on school, It's a boarding school, so teachers live there. So I went to visit this woman. Say, what are you looking for? I called my mother's name. It didn't click. I called as much as I could. It didn't click. Now, I remember the subject she was teaching. And then I said that she should be the food and nutrition teacher. I said, okay, anti-bolognese. I'm like, what the? Anti-what? Again, I thought this to myself. And I said, okay. And they showed me anti-bolognese's office. So I went in there and saw my mom. Like, welcome. How far? Madam, which one be anti-bolognese? And she laughed. She smiled because it's a nickname she knew. I'm like, what exactly is this? She says, well, one day she taught in class how to make spaghetti bolognese. That was a topic. And since that day, the students have been calling her Auntie Bolognese. She taught it in senior secondary, one of the SS classes. But the entire school, both JS and SS, that you call her Auntie Bolognese on this campus, you are very likely going to find her as against her actual name. As a matter of fact, many students don't know her real name. Now, the good thing about this story is she actually knew the nickname they were calling her, and she was kind of okay with it because it had to do with something she taught. I'm like, oh, really? Mommy Bolognese. And I mean, it sounds like a fancy name. But some teachers are not as lucky or fortunate. Some teachers get nicknames based on a physical feature. You have a big head. Did I say head? Wow. Sam, easy. You have a big head. You have long ears. There's something, with your physical feature. The students will find a creative way. And don't play with Nigerian students. They will find a name that is appropriate to your look. Secondly, it might be an attribute. Maybe you walk a certain way. You bend when you walk, you slouch, or the way you talk. I remember our home economics teacher in secondary school. She You almost wouldn't hear her. Her voice was very low. Oh my God, that makes it. So people teased her with the way she talked. And I can't remember the name that came up thanks to that. Or, like the case of my mother, it could be a subject that you taught. Or in a class, something outstanding happened and then it stuck with the students and that became your nickname. So if you remember your school phase, what nickname did your teachers have? What nickname did students give teachers? Is it possible that this nickname originated from your class? Call me and tell me. And please, it should be appropriate nickname. If there's a nickname that you cannot mention on radio, just keep it to yourself. You and your full school, people can go. You might not be needed on the show this morning. It's not the one you say, we used to call him Uncle. Please. It's daytime radio. In fact, it's radio, even if it's midnight. But I'd like to hear those nicknames. I'd like to hear the origin. How did it come about? And did the teacher know that this is a name that students call them? Call me and tell me. 070-0923-0923. 070-0923-0923. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. That's 080-903-06416. You can also contribute via Facebook and Twitter, where we are live. That means you watch as you listen. That's at Nigeria Info PH. All right, it seems we're close to a break, so I would return in a couple of minutes to take those calls. But I have a message on WhatsApp which I can squeeze in. I beg your pardon, on Facebook, which I can squeeze in very quickly. This is from Gift Gain. She says, Auntie Kane, because Sam, if that woman flog you, you go turn good student. I hail Ungwa High School, Abba. Oh, you're representing Ungwa High School. Auntie Kane. Usually in school, it's the men, especially math teachers, that flog very well. For a woman to have this record, my brother, Auntie Kane must have been legendary. Auntie Kane. Oh my. And there's always a teacher who knows their way around the whip, koboko. If they handle you, they have skills on the wheels. All right. So our first intake is from Abba, Auntie Kane. After the break, I'd like to hear yours. Stay with me. teacher's nickname in school? Secondary, tertiary, you tell me. 070-0923-0923. 070-0923-0923. I'm taking school experience. Of course, if you schooled in Port Harcourt or any part of River State, I'd like to take that as well. The nickname of your teacher from secondary school. I have this one. It says, my name is Dotman. We named our social studies teacher Iju Grammar School in Lagos State Enugu because he has a very long mouth. Enugu in Yoruba means long mouth. Oh, Enugu. So you named him Enugu. Wow, that was not fair. And he might not know why and how. Oh. Okay. I already feel sorry for all the names I'm going to hear. And sorry for all the teachers whose careers were murdered on the altar of nicknames. Hello? All right, call back if you can. 070-0923-0923. Livinus Njoku from Eche says, my teacher in primary 3 was nicknamed Igbala Ihe Mbara. Oof. Hold on. Igbala Ihe Mbara. Is this supposed to be Igbo? Meaning, have you written what I wrote? Because he always said this in every class, but called him this name with fear because he flogged us mercilessly each time we made the mistake. Judith calls from Ahoda. Hello, Judith.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please turn off your radio.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, we name our chemistry teacher Agama Lizard.
Agama Lizard.
Yes.
Why?
Her face was long and she was black. She was just like that. And she was too harsh. That was why.
That's not Judith. This heaven. I don't know if you guys will enter. Okay, it's 11:30. I do have to take the headlines, but we'll return. I want to hear those nicknames. Stay with me. Nicknames is a conversation for now. Oh, yes, indeed. What's the origin? How did they get it, of course? And did they know that students call them that? For all the crazy ones, Agama Lizard, Auntie Kane, I doubt that the teachers know. Because if they catch you, oh my goodness. All right. 070-0923-0923. I have lots of messages on WhatsApp, but let's pay attention to Facebook. It is at Nigeria Info PH. That's facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Juliet calls from Atali. Good morning, Juliet.
Okay. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Yeah, in my school, secondary school days, I finished from St. Philip's Memorial College.
All right.
Somewhere in Oma here. We have nickname for almost all our teachers, but I can remember 4. We have small teacher, because the man was smallish. He's smallish in stature, so we call him small teacher.
Small teacher.
We have look on the wall. When he's teaching, we'll always tell the student, look on the wall. So we call him look on the wall. We have drunken master. That one drinks before he comes to the class. Then we have one particular woman we call BP. Then there was a typewriting machine. So anytime she comes to teach us, she'll be saying BP, BP. So we call her BP.
Okay, so hold on. For the smallest teacher, what subject did he teach?
He teaches us English.
The smallish guy?
Yes.
Did he know you guys called him that name?
I think he later knew, because sometimes when he comes to class, the way he's really not sure that he was the one we are referring to.
Okay.
We have tricks to pass the information among ourselves while he's there.
So did you guys know his real name? Did you know his real name?
His roommate.
Real name. His actual name. His government name.
Yeah, we didn't even know his real name till today.
Wicked people. Wicked people. Now, why did the other teacher...
They introduced him in school. That was the only day we heard his name.
Oh, my goodness.
That was the only day we pronounced his name.
Okay, so if another teacher comes to your class and asks you, what subject did you have in the last period? What would you answer the teacher?
We have a prefect in the class that normally maybe he remembers that tell them.
Oh.
Then we, the normal student class, we just inform like that. Sometimes we just say small teacher, and the teacher will like, who is the small teacher?
Okay, so before I let you go, Juliet, the teacher who was saying look on the wall, why was he always doing that? Why didn't he say look to the board?
I don't know. That's what he does. When he just comes to the class, he say everybody look on the wall. So we started calling him look on the wall.
All right, thank you very much, Juliet. David calls from GRA. Good morning, David.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah.
All right, talk to me.
Yes, in fact, in my own time, in my primary school.
What school?
My community secondary school, or Hyoga,
okay.
In Oba Ebe Mandone local government.
Wonderful.
We have a teacher that we always call us to the pupils, it's the volleyball.
Wow.
It's the volleyball, means somebody that doesn't have brain.
Yeah, you're not very smart.
You're not smart. So the students now, the pupils turn back in calling him it's the volleyball.
It's the volleyball.
So that remains his name. Even not now, I don't know his real name. I know him by the volleyball.
But I know that thing to be pronounced Iti volleyball. This one, you people now phonerize it Iti volleyball. It sounds like a different thing.
Because that was how he was calling us. What we felt is test in class. We call it Iti volleyball.
Iti volleyball.
The soldiers that went to war that could not fight war. Only the bullets they carry and they are going to kill them. The weight of bullets and the gun. Kill them on the way.
Oh my goodness!
So that is why he generated that it's volleyball.
So
today, the man is still alive. He should be about 80 now.
Wow. So what subject did he teach?
Even when we're talking about him as classmates, we still call it volleyball.
What subject did he teach?
I will not even remember. It's quite a long time.
Hell.
Up to 40 years.
But you remember the name?
Then in my Sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Then in my secondary school, my principal in Commercial Industrial Trade Center, CITC, Rumolumini, Port Harcourt, we call him Mr. Holo.
Oholo.
So what is Oholo? Yes. I don't really know where that. I met the student calling him Oholo. So I followed him calling him Oholo. That was the father of Godin Alalemo, one guy that used to be a journalist or so.
Okay.
That is a radio presenter.
Interesting.
So we call the man Oholo.
Oholo.
So what is coming? The old students, Oholo is coming.
Oholo. That was a very fun name. All right. Thank you very much, David. You are nothing but an E.T. volleyball. I like the rhythm. There's a musicality to it. E.T. volleyball. Feels like material I can get into a studio with. Oh, but give me one beat. E.T. volleyball. The cat eats volleyball. Ifeanyi from Rumosi. Hello.
Okay. Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to me.
Okay. Mine is for the school is Dennis Memorial Grammar School.
All right.
That was in Onitsha, the oldest grammar school in South Nigeria.
You have started. My brother, just give us. Wait, who asked you that one now? Yeah?
Okay. We have lots of them. There was one that was smallish.
Okay.
We called him Pincho.
Pincho?
Pincho. That is, it's not like it's for someone to be smallish.
Hi.
Because it was a bit smallish. Then we had one that taught intro tech.
Those ones can be wicked though.
Stone below.
Stone below.
Like, he was coming from stone below.
Oh.
Because every time he's teaching, there's always a diagram. You will find the diagram shown below. You will find the diagram shown below.
Shown below.
So shown below.
Oh, shown below. Oh,
shown
wow.
Below.
Wow. Shown below. Come on. How do you guys do this? How do you do this? Kai.
We had the Igbo teacher that we called Mara. In Igbo, it's like sword of battle or so. Because he always had a cane that was curved. That cane, if you stand in front of you with that cane, will touch your waist. So we called it a sword.
Okay, but did these teachers know that you guys had these names for them? How did they react?
When it comes into a class, it's like maybe doing moral instruction that students are singing. The next thing they start singing a popular Igbo song.
Father Lord.
So I'm sure he.
Some below, thank you for calling. Thank you very much. That's Ifeanyi from Rumosi. If you're a teacher, I'd like to talk to you as well. If you feel like the kids have a nickname for you and you're not sure, I can tell you very boldly there is a name. Call, let's figure that name out together. Ernest from Onelga. Hello, Ernest. Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Community primary school was here.
Okay.
We have our teacher we call Kumpu.
What?
Kumpu.
My brother, that thing sounds like an insult. I don't know the meaning, but it sounds wrong.
It is not. It is your way of doing it. He handles cane
Hell.
and gives you one. That you should be sure of that. And that is when you flog somebody heavily. So once he flogs you, you can't forget it. So we gave him that name of Kumpu, and he knew that was what the students called him because of his way of flogging.
He knew.
And we have this other one that distracts people. When you ask you a question and you're not able to answer it, you say you are Kumpu. That is a particular speech that usually moves on calling way. So he will describe it as Kumpu. So when children, everybody usually call you, come here, Kumpu like it. So people down the teacher will go. The teacher will go said I should come and call you, and he knew.
Oh, Coco.
It was so funny then.
Okay, thank you very much. Well,